If you have a GPU with 24 GB of VRAM, you can run a 30 billion parameter AI agent on your own machine. For free. No API. No subscription. No usage limits. Meta released it this morning. It is called Muse Glimmer. It is live on Hugging Face right now. Here is exactly what it can do, what it cannot, and whether your hardware is enough. At 7 a.m. Eastern this morning, Meta Superintelligence Labs published Muse Glimmer on Hugging Face. 30 billion parameters. Apache 2.0 license. Weights are public. Anyone can download it right now. Apache 2.0 means, use it commercially. Build products on top of it. Modify it. Redistribute it. No usage fees. No per query costs. No company in the middle. The model was announced by Alexander Wang, Meta's chief AI officer, and by Mark Zuckerberg. It is distilled from Muse Spark, Meta's closed flagship model. The teacher was closed. The student is free. And it fits on a single consumer GPU. That is the number that matters most. Here is why 30 billion parameters fits on a consumer GPU. At full precision, a 30B model needs more than 55 GB of memory. No consumer GPU has that. Meta applied 4-bit quantization. This compresses the model's weights. The language model alone shrinks to under 20 GB. But you also need space for the vision encoder that processes images, the KV cache that holds the context, and the DFlash drafter that speeds inference. The practical minimum, 24 GB of VRAM. That covers the RTX 4090. The RTX 5090. The RTX 3090 with reduced context. And the MacBook Pro M3 or M4 Max with 96 GB of unified memory. Meta ships a 17 GB 4-bit variant for 24 GB cards. And a less compressed dynamic variant for 32 GB cards. This is the engineering story that makes 30 billion parameters on a consumer GPU possible. Not magic. Careful quantization. Speed matters for an always-on agent. Meta ships Muse Glimmer with something called a DFlash drafter. Normally, a language model generates one token at a time. Each token requires a full forward pass through the network. DFlash predicts 16 tokens at once in a single forward pass. The main model then verifies those predictions in parallel, and accepts what checks out. The result on an RTX 5090, 74.9 tokens per second without DFlash. 233.4 tokens per second with DFlash. That is a 3.1 times speedup. Confirmed by multiple sources. The DFlash paper was presented at the International Conference on Machine Learning earlier this year. For an agent running all day, that speed difference is significant. What can it actually do? Meta benchmarked Muse Glimmer against Gemma4-31B from Google and Qwen3.6-27B from Alibaba. Where Muse Glimmer leads, MCP Atlas, the agentic tool use benchmark, 75.5 against Gemma's 54.2 and Qwen's 62.5. A clear lead. Deep Search QA, Multisource Research, 74.6. AIM 2026, Advanced Mathematics, 94.7. GPQA Diamond, Expert Level Science, 83.5. Where it trails, OS World Verified, Controlling a Real Desktop, 65.9 against Qwen's 75.6. Terminal Bench 2.1, Terminal and Shell Work, 51.7 against Qwen's 60.7. The honest pattern, Muse Glimmer is stronger on orchestration and multi-step reasoning. Qwen3.6-27B is stronger on low-level computer use and terminal tasks. Now the caveats, and they matter. Every number here is vendor published by Meta. No independent evaluation was attached to launch. The training data is not described. The red team safety testing is not detailed. AI Weekly's assessment, anyone about to hand a local agent tool use and file system access should treat these numbers as starting points, not deployment guarantees. Run your own pilot on your specific tasks before committing this to production. If you want to try it right now, here is how. Easiest route, Ollama. Type, Ollama run Muse Glimmer, that is it for basic text use. LM Studio, download the model from Hugging Face. Select the right quantization for your VRAM. Load and run. Production serving, vLLM or SGLang. Both support Muse Glimmer. Hosted, no local hardware, together. AI, Fireworks, and OpenRouter are all onboarding Muse Glimmer this week. Hardware tuning partners who optimized builds, AMD, ARM, Dell, Intel, and Nvidia all signed on as launch partners. The full ecosystem is being assembled today. Llama.cpp, MLX, and Executorch builds are coming in the next few days. The easiest starting point right now, Hugging Face, search Muse Glimmer, download the 24GB card build. One piece of context worth naming. When Meta launched Muse Spark 1.1 in July, and Muse Spark 1.2 on August 5, both were closed models. API only. No waits. For a company that built its AI reputation on open-source Llama, 1.2 billion downloads, that looked like a shift in direction. Today's Muse Glimmer release is a correction. Zuckerberg also indicated Muse Spark 1.2 weights will be released openly in future. Meta is signaling, open weights remain central to its strategy. Whether that is principal or competitive pressure from Chinese open weight releases, Kimi K3, Qwen3.6 Max, DeepSeek V4, is a question worth asking. Both are probably true simultaneously. An Apache 2.0 model with 30 billion parameters that fits on a GPU you can buy at a store, is a meaningful moment. Not because the benchmarks are the best. They are not, Qwen trails it on some tasks. But because the price is zero. The restriction is zero. The hardware requirement is achievable. 18 months ago, running a model this capable locally required enterprise hardware costing tens of thousands. Today you can run it on an RTX 4090. That is the story. Not the model specifically. The direction the industry is moving. Every 6 months, what was impossible becomes a card you already own. Muse Glimmer is today's version of that movement. Subscribe for daily AI coverage. Comment below, developer question, are you going to download Muse Glimmer today? And what is the first local agent task you would use it for? Tell me your use case, I will reply to every one.